Sandra in the house says, hi, friend. Sandra, the first one here. Thank you for the love, Sandra. How's your Monday going? How's your start of the week going? Okay, let's clear this out. Perfect. Oh, Drew's here. All right. Drew is here. Let me pause the music. All right.
Yo, yo, yo.
I put on music.
What, you didn't think I was going to be here?
Well, I don't know. You weren't here, so I just started.
I still have 2 minutes, my friend.
Well, hey, have you, there's iron blocks now that are showing up.
Huh?
Like iron blocks. I was mining and came across iron blocks.
Yeah. Blocks of iron. Yeah, they're like not very common.
Yeah, that was random.
Yeah, they show up. They show up specifically in the new iron veins.
Okay, I saw one. Like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, because they look really weird compared to like most other blocks.
I was very confused, and then I picked it up. Like, oh, iron. Okay, cool. I guess you still have to.
Smelt it or whatever.
Well, you got to convert it to regular iron and then smelt it, probably, right?
I don't know if you can just like do it as one block. It'd be super convenient if you could.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't happen that often, so
Yeah.
I was excited. Okay, let's clear out some space here, guys.
I now have trident galore.
Oh yeah.
I decided this season not to go as big as I did last season.
Okay.
On the farm.
Okay.
It is still a giant box floating in the air, though.
Yeah. So over rivers, though, those can work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over
Yeah,
lakes,
so
they don't.
In lakes?
Or oceans, whatever. They don't in oceans, and other fish
yeah.
don't spawn.
Yeah, it's gotta be over rivers.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
What are you working on?
This will eventually be a salmon and squid farm for Nina.
Oh, you're doing that again.
Yeah. When the chunk loads, it loads all the way down to bedrock, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, all right. Kuba in the house. Hey, Kuba. Happy Monday. What do you got? Kuba is joining from YouTube. Kuba says, hey, Evan, I'm 20 years old. So question. 20-year-old entrepreneur from Poland. All right, you're up late, Kuba. I watched your episode 2 years ago, and I liked them very much. Over 1 year ago, I started a YouTube channel. All right, that's cool. That's super exciting. The previous one was about video editing. The channel was about video editing? Okay. I decided that I want to do something like you in Poland and do present compilation of successful people from my country and abroad. Okay. Right now I have 22,000 subscribers. Hey, congrats. That's first 22,000. That took me 6 years or something to get to 22,000 subscribers. So you're ahead of me. Congrats. I upload a new episode at least once a week. All right, cool. This channel has completely changed my life. I'd like to thank you very much and say that you are a big inspiration. Hey, that's awesome, Kubo. I'm glad it's having an impact. Now, next step is go 3 times a week instead of once. And watch your channel grow even more. But that's great news. I'm glad it's having an impact. Yeah, the thing with to make everything efficient, then you need to have nothing else around it.
Pretty much.
So it's sad. Then you just have a bunch of stuff in the sky or not even on the ground, basically up in the sky at different parts.
Yeah.
So,
Or unless you choose to completely mine out the chunk.
true, but still, it loads all the chunks around you, so it's still not as efficient.
You have to mine out a 16 by 16 chunk area, and then you put bottom slabs.
But when you're in a chunk, it loads all the surrounding chunks too.
Yep, that's why you have to do 16 by 16.
What? How big is a chunk?
16 by 16 blocks
Is one chunk.
is one chunk.
Right, but when you're in that 16 by 16 chunk, it's also loading the neighboring chunks.
Yeah, I'm talking about 16 chunks by 16 chunks.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Just go build in the sky. Just go build in the sky. But then you just have a bunch of stuff floating around at different points in the sky.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess
trade-off.
people build an industrial district. Just feels like it's not part of a base.
So what's the current mission then?
What's the current mission?
Yeah, like you. What do you? So just the squid farm, squid and salmon farm.
Oh yeah, I'm clearing this out. So there's this one. Initially, the idea for my roam was to have a part of it going over water, so that I could,
Okay.
yeah, like the last part of my Colosseum goes over water.
Okay.
So that was this location was picked with purpose, so
Okay.
that when I'm at the top here, hold on, where am I? This whole section was over water, and the idea with this would be a farm of some sort to get squid and fish and tridents or whatever for Nina. The problem is, as I discovered, that most of this is still plains.
Yep.
So it's just this section here inside this dirt that's actually river.
Oh.
So not a big chunk to play with. So I'm gonna mine out down the bedrock so that I have more space to actually
Make it
get the
fun.
stuff for Nina. Yeah. And squid and those guys, they don't spawn. They don't spawn over like your
Plain.
drowned farm doesn't produce any squid or salmon.
Correct.
Those have to be underwater.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a little frustrating, but that's okay. We're making it work. I guess it'll give me glow squid too, which is nice because I'm going all the way to bedrock.
Yeah. True.
I have too much glow squid.
I mean, my slime farm gives me glow ink.
There's water in there? Or they just happen to spawn in nothing?
Well. So I made a bubble elevator to transport the slime into a chest, and they spawn in the bubble elevator.
Yeah. They'll spawn in flowing water. That's funny.
Yeah. When after I AFK'd there one night, it was like, oh, I have half a stack of glow stuff. That's cool. It's not a ton, but
it works. It works. Yeah. So what are you doing with all your drowned rotten flesh, Drew? Just ditch it.
Either that or go and give it to your guys' clerics.
Are you trading with Nina's clerics?
I mean, is there a problem with me giving clerics a bunch of rotten flesh and getting emeralds for it, just for the sake of having the emeralds?
Yes.
Why? Why is that a problem?
That's Nina. You were not invited into Nina's base. I don't think she's going to be too happy with you.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, at this point, I would be curious to know how often Hayden actually gets on the server.
I don't know, but it's more Nina not being too happy with you.
probably am. Let's be honest.
Not
O-
asking
only,
Nina.
o- only because you're gonna position it to Nina like it's this horrible thing.
Oh, really? Oh, we should do it live then. Hey,
No,
Nina.
no.
Let's ask her. Nina.
Oh bother.
Nina. I need to ask your. Actually, Drew can explain. Nina, we need to ask your
No.
feedback on something.
Nope.
Nina,
Nope.
we need to ask your opinion on something.
On what?
I don't want to misposition it, so Drew's gonna
No,
position it.
No. I mean, you've already.
Drew said I was gonna misrepresent it or something, so I'm not gonna say anything. We'll let Drew say something.
What?
What do you got, Drew?
Okay, Nina, do you have a problem with me trading rotten flesh with your clerics?
What do you mean?
Like giving the clerics rotten flesh.
No,
For
but what do you need? What do you need emerald for?
Because fancy blocks.
Fancy blocks?
Emerald blocks.
Oh, you want to trade emerald blocks? No, you want to use emerald blocks to build?
Yeah.
Oh, what
There-
do you buy
do-
from me? I have a whole chest full.
Well, I mean, I have all this rotten flesh that I got to get rid of.
Oh.
Do you have a problem with him coming into your base while you're not there and trading with your people or not?
How much you pay me?
Nothing, Nina. Nothing. Oh wait, I wasn't gonna say anything. Okay, we'll let you guys figure this out.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure I'm usually the first to bring you whatever that it is that
Yeah.
you need,
It's fine, just
regardless
trade.
of asking for payment.
Okay, it's fine. Just trade.
See, all good.
Wow, that's unexpected, Nina. Nina's
Why is it not unexpected?
Nina's in a nice mood.
Now you're trying to incite the response that you want.
Don't come into my base and do anything on my side, Drew. I'm just laying that out right now.
Okay.
If I catch you in my base, I am killing you. Commands happening.
Okay. I'll make note of that, and I'll start hiding TNT in strategic places.
Yep. And that's when you get banned from the server.
And then no more Drew on stream, I guess.
No more Drew on the stream, unless you want to just sit and watch me mine out areas, and you could talk about how inefficient all my mines are. Or farms. All right, what I missed? Sir Doggo joining us on Twitch. Hi, first time on the stream. Hey, Sir Doggo, welcome aboard. Great to have you. Doing some Minecraft, taking some questions. If you got a business or question you have, pop it in the chat. I'll do my best to answer. Kuba says, yeah, I know, but at this point, I'm working on it only by myself, and it's taken a very long time to upload a few videos per week. If you have any advice for me, I'd be very pleased. Don't over judge yourself. It's just the next step. So 1 video a week is great, and I'll move to 3. That's just the next step whenever you can get to it. But it's the next step for your journey if you want to keep growing this thing. The other thing that really helps me is just batching everything together. So tomorrow is my big once a month YouTube filming day. So I film every Tuesday. Tuesday is my YouTube day, and I will film 3 times a month in small batches and 1 time a month in a giant batch. So tomorrow is a giant YouTube filming day for me. So I'm not meeting my team. I'm not doing pretty much almost anything else. Probably will go live on Instagram at 2. But apart from that, I'm filming videos all day long. And that helps. So if I'm you and you need to do just break up the section. So maybe there's a day that you need to do research, and maybe there's a day when you need to do filming, and maybe there's a day you need to do editing, or maybe you can combine all those things. But I would mix. If I'm making content, you need to make another video. In my head, instead of doing 1, I would probably do 10. So I do the research for 10, and then I do the filming for 10, and then I do the editing for 10. And you just be a lot more productive when you can batch it like that, instead of jumping from filming to editing to researching, etc. So it'll allow you to be a lot more productive by batching your time. Don't come into my base, Drew. Oh, I can't swim anymore. Sad days. I can't sprint. I need my food. Thank you for following Sir Doggo 7. All right, welcome, Sir Doggo 7, appreciate the follow on Twitch. Oh, it's so slow without sprinting. I really feel like I should have positioned that with Nina. Mistakes were made. Okay. Let's eat. What do you have left to work on, Drew?
So, my heavy lift for this season, I think, is to do like an epic skeleton farm. Wither skeleton.
Oh, all right, cool. Oops, not the bucket.
I saw a guy. Basically, what you have to do is you have to find a stronghold crossroad.
Mhm.
You have to mark out that crossroad, and then, as was discussed before, you have to do a 16 by 16 chunk mine out, which is a pain in the rear in the Nether, given that the lava situation.
Can they still spawn in lava? No.
No. They can't spawn in lava, but if you want to get it to be like perfect efficiency, you have to know that there are no caves under the lava. So the only way to do that is to actually like dig it out.
No, you could just take a potion and go swimming.
Well, but I don't know. Anyways, the farm that he built, basically, you stand at the base, and wither skeletons literally just like rain.
All right, that's the plan.
Quite epic.
I like it. When's that going to happen?
Gonna take a while.
End of the week? End of the week?
Probably not the end of this week. now that I got to redo my slides.
Oh, you don't even need slides, Drew. Why you don't go in with slides? Just talk.
Talk?
You're talking to speakers.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll ask Ed on our call tomorrow.
Oh my God! Don't. You need to tell Ed what is the best thing, not ask.
No. It's not a ask. It's a consult, get his opinion, because he knows the audience.
No, it's fine.
With them. No.
Just tell them what to do. Just talk.
Okay. More swagger.
Yeah, exactly. More swagger. More swagger.
So I take it you got your nautical sails.
Yeah. Yeah. I built this nice conduit using prismarine.
Huh?
Conduit?
Oh yeah. You need the prismarine around it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take more Heart of the Sea if you have it.
I do have more Heart of the Sea. I think I've got like 4 or 5 of them.
It's a lot of exploration. Oops, what am I doing? There we go.
I feel like there are boats everywhere.
Yeah. You probably did most of the exploring for the close stuff, though. Depends how far out you want to go.
I mean, I've basically gone out at least 2,000 to 3,000 blocks each way.
So there may not be as many boats left as you think.
How many do you need?
Oh, I don't know. I have one more. I haven't used it yet. I don't know where I'm going to put it.
Okay, that still doesn't give me a general ballpark.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have plans for it yet. Chaotic went to sleep. Sweet dreams. All right. What did I miss? Kuba says, thanks for the advice. I need to do this. I notice that most of the time. Hold on. Let me not drown here while I read this. Okay, let's get these things. Okay, Kuba. I noticed most of the time that. Okay, I'm gonna start this over. Thanks for the advice. I'm gonna read slower. I need to do this. I noticed that the most time consuming is searching for content. I always want to deliver the best parts and give people the big value. Great. So just make one day committed to looking at content. It'll make it so much easier for you if you can batch your time. And that's not just for YouTube creation, it's for anything. You know, if you can batch your time doing it, you can be a lot more productive, get a lot more done. No slide Drew, let's go. Nobody likes sitting through slides.
I mean,
unless it needs to be visually told, like unless the picture actually brings more value than what you're saying. But if you're showing audience retention curve, then yes, that's helpful to have as a picture. But apart from that, there's no point. I mean, you see me do it. That's when I'll just go to Google Images and go find audience retention curve.
Yeah.
Here, this is audience retention curve. That's what it looks like. Okay, perfect. Oh, here's a guy. Hello. Oh, he's got a fishing rod on him. Perfect.
Okay.
What are those guys called? Drowns. Do drowns go, like, will they get sucked down into magma cubes?
Yeah. I mean, anything and everything like acts the way that you would expect it to with magma cubes or
bubble elevators. Or what?
Yes, bubble.
Oh, soul sand. Okay, yeah. Same thing. All right, cool. And are your drowns giving you gold or copper?
Gold.
I don't understand what that's all about.
Yeah, that they used to.
I think there's some plugin we've got or something that's messing it up because the wiki still says copper and we're getting gold.
Yeah.
Like, why am I getting gold? What am I supposed to do with all this extra gold?
You're like, right now I have infinite gold. I don't need this nonsense.
Do not need any more gold. These drowns are starting to spawn like crazy down here. Ashish in the house. Good morning from Nepal. Hey, Ashish. Happy Tuesday morning in Nepal. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Didn't you want drowns? Wasn't it like the point?
No, I have a separate drown farm.
You have a separate drowned farm.
Yeah, I made a drown farm.
You did?
Yeah, right here.
That converts them, or actually is a?
Oh no. Converting them, they don't drop stuff. Well, they do, but you can't get as much stuff if you convert them. Just naturally spawning. I need to build that to get the Nautilus shells to build the conduit so I can do what I'm doing right now. Ashish on YouTube says, do you wish there was more time? Your views about time. Do I wish there was more time? Man, there's a lot of ways to take that question. I mean, in general, I think time is your biggest asset. You know, like people at the end of their life, what do they wish for? Wish I had more time. But I don't think a lot about it because I can't control how much time. All I can control is what I'm doing with my time. So if you wish there was more time, understand you still have a lot of time left. What are you doing with that time? Are you proud of what you're creating and how you're spending it? And just do your best to spend that time on things that bring you a lot of meaning. So wishing there's more time it's not practical, right? It doesn't do me any good. But maximizing the time I have does. Does that help? Man, today has been an insane day. It's a zero break day, 0 breaks.
Oh.
Yeah, meeting, all the way through, all the meetings, as you would say.
I mean, isn't that how it always is on Mondays?
There's a couple gaps, like a 25-minute break here or there.
I mean, like what was on your calendar that isn't normally on your calendar for Mondays?
So I had so Nina and I connected, which we don't always do on a Monday, talking about the team and like hires and who we're bringing on and stuff. Wow, look at all those cool squid.
Oh, with your guy from Macedonia?
Oh, yeah, he's great. Not just him, but just in general, team. We need to have more team meetings and stuff. I mean, with Nina, because she manages and hires. So because it's grown, it requires a little more time spent
organizing.
Yeah, and just like what are we doing next? Who's the next hire? How's everybody doing? Where are people struggling? Where do I need to? Like, I can't be everywhere, so but don't put me nowhere. So what's the best use of my time that can help the team? And then I had a call with Nick, who was helping me start what?
The crypto guy?
No, who's Nick, the crypto guy?
Oh, you talked with somebody at 2.
That was Jesse. So it was an IG live with Jesse at 2. Nick is helping me run. We're going to do a built to serve 5-day challenge that we're setting up. So creating the videos and ads and landing page and all that. And then I talked to my agent, Steve, who's in New York, talking about things opening up and speaking gigs and opportunities and what's next and all that stuff. So that's not always the case on a Monday. Yeah, so good times all the way through.
Start getting on the road again.
As soon as the border issue is cleaner, that's still the issue. I mean, things are opening up, but again, 10 days is just not doable. I told them, listen, if it's a really huge opportunity, I'll consider it. But I just assume that I'm going to get it, and then I'm going to have to spend 10 days in a hotel in isolation. So it's got to be...
Wait, you have to do 10 days quarantine on this side?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not... Okay, it's not quarantine, but I have to test negative, right? So I can't be out doing most things. Because if I catch it again and test again, then I'm stuck for another 10 days.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
I need a negative test to come back across the border. So if you do anything, and you know, the restrictions there are non-existent, basically. I mean, depending on where, but
yeah.
But even New York, which I think is it's one of the most restrictive, they're about to pull their mask mandates and stuff. So yeah, if I test positive, then I would, you know, have to wait 10 days before I could potentially cross again. If I'm positive again, I have to wait another 10 days. So that's like, it better be a pretty sizable opportunity for that amount of time.
Risk.
Yeah, because I'm probably. I mean, you're probably gonna test positive even if you don't have any symptoms. Mala in the house. Hey, Mala. Happy Monday. Great to have you. Kuba said, if you had to choose, what was your biggest difficulty in managing a channel? What was the biggest difficulty in managing a channel? I think in the starting up of the channel. What was the hardest thing for me to do? I mean, it's a slightly different era where I didn't ever think it would be like a big thing because there were no big educational YouTube channels, thought leadership kind of content. So I think the biggest challenge was, I think, just being too critical on myself. You know, like I couldn't watch my videos back without thinking they sucked. And luckily, I just kept going anyway. But if I could have watched them and given myself some better feedback, I probably could have gotten better faster and had more growth more quickly. So I think that was probably the biggest challenge, just being too critical of myself on the early videos. And then probably just trying to do everything myself instead of getting somebody to help me. As soon as I moved to an editor to help me, I could make a lot more content than me trying to figure everything out myself. So there you go. There's two. Kuba. There's two. I like the name too. Kuba. Doesn't sound like a very Polish name, but I like it. Ashish, do you have to push yourself some days? Yeah. I mean, a lot of days. Especially just being home, all day. So I think that's where two things. Like I think the power of a morning routine really helps. Where every day I set my intention. I look at my calendar, like Monday, mentoring day. I want the people who I'm talking to grow. And so you set that intention going in. So I think when you know why you're doing what you're doing, it's a lot easier to stay motivated. When you have no idea, it's like, this is pointless. Why am I doing this? Those are the days you don't feel very motivated, right? So connecting to why you're doing, not just the big macro why, solve the world's biggest problem. People don't believe in themselves enough. It's the macro why. But today, what's my why for today? In doing all these meetings, with people on my team, what's the point of that? And connecting to it. And then when that's not enough, most days that's enough. Most days I'm super excited to do it. But on the days when that may not be enough, then it's thinking about you doing difficult things. That hey, you're not going to let this hard thing stop you from moving forward. So that's when I need more of a push. Sounds like you had a super busy day. Yeah, it was really busy. I like it, but super busy. Some challenges are more. Some conversations are more difficult than others. Drew was a pretty easy one. But others are sometimes more challenging. Today was a on and off challenging day depending on the conversation. So it takes more mental energy than others. How do you keep yourself energetic? Well, I think ideally you're doing work that for the most part energizes you, right? I mean, if I look at my calendar and I see Drew Hitchcock there and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta talk to this guy again. That's not good, right? General's like, yeah, hey, let's see what's happening with Drew and his clients and the progress and what he's working on. So hopefully the things that are in your calendar are the activities that actually bring you energy, right? So even today, I mean, I've had no breaks today. It's been all day going, very draining day mentally with, dealing with people's issues. I'm still here with you guys. This still is not, I could have canceled it. I said, hey, don't have the energy today, guys. Sorry. I mean, nobody would be sending me death threats or something if I canceled tonight's stream. But I like it. I look forward to it. This is fun. So hopefully you're actually, I think that's the key, is actually enjoying and getting energy from the things that you're doing. Life Motivation with James Little. Hey, James, did you update your name? Was it always Life Motivation with James Little? I don't think so. Anyway, I like it. Welcome aboard. Joining us on YouTube. Should I plan and rehearse for my speeches before landing the gigs? What do you mean before landing the gigs? Yeah, just break that down for me a little bit.
I think he's saying, should he have like a pre-prepared speech that he has in mind before like trying to go and get engagements?
Is that what you mean? Do you need to have speeches ready before you go off and get engagements? I mean, if that's it, it's no, right? I mean, just go. Stop. If that's it, then don't look for reasons why you're going to lose, and just go after why you could win. Right? Drew has a speaking gig. When is it? This week? Saturday. Drew has a speaking gig this Saturday. And he didn't have a whole prepared thing going into, and he's speaking to speakers. What is it? The National Association of Speakers? Something?
Yeah, National Speakers Association, Las Vegas.
Okay, so he's speaking to people who speak for a living. Right? That's a tough crowd. I mean, they know what a good speech looks like. But Drew didn't have a planned out, here's my speech and let me come and talk to you guys, right? And today we're workshopping what his speech was even going to be about, you know, and some of the best talking points, and we basically changed the whole thing.
Yep.
Which is great.
Control Alt deleted the entirety of it.
Yeah, deleted the whole thing and made it better. So I think that's the way to do it. If that was your question, you know, then you go and you start pitching and promoting yourself, because at the end of the day, they care about the general theme of what you're going to talk about, right? Like, what's Drew going to talk about? Drew's not going on to talk about Minecraft, right? He's going to go to talk about YouTube and why it's important for speakers. That's all they care about. They don't care about the content, you know, what the individual points are. You know, they don't care when we were talking about PowerPoint. They don't care if he uses PowerPoint or not. All they care about is Drew, he's going to come in and talk about YouTube, and can he give a great experience for our audience? And, you know, speakers, they need to be on YouTube. So it's going to be a great fit. So nobody actually cares about what's in the speech. What they care about is, do you have a message that can reach their target audience? Who is attacking me? You, holy cow. These drowns are spawning at an alarmingly fast rate, and I do not like it. Luckily, nobody's actually had a trident. I might be dead if somebody shoots a trident at me. Seriously, those things do so much damage. It is crazy how much damage a trident does. Now, granted, I am wearing my elytra instead of a chest plate, but still.
Especially when you don't need to be wearing your elytra.
It's true.
You're underwater, dude.
I know, but then I fly back to my base to drop stuff off sometimes, and then I don't have the elytra. I'm like, oh, I'm not flying. Why am I not flying? Okay, Mala. Mala says, need your help in overcoming from a loop where I get stuck from the past year. Okay, what's the loop? There's nothing else. Mala, share what the loop is. Let's break it down. We got some time. We're still here for 25 minutes. Kuba on YouTube is saying, is it something like Jacob? Is it something like Jacob? Wow, I don't remember what context we were talking about. Drew, does that make sense to you? Is it something like Jacob? Oof. Kuba, I don't remember what that context was. If you want to kind of remind us what we were talking about that sparked that. I
wonder if it's in reference to the comment that you made about his name.
Kuba is like Jacob?
I don't know.
It is something like Jacob? Oh, when I said I like Kuba, the name, and he said it's something like Jacob? Wow. If that's true, that is wild. Kuba sounds nothing like Jacob to me. Oops, I'm going to run out of inventory spots here. Sandra in the house on YouTube saying, I love live streaming. It's fun. All right, cool. You love watching the live streams. You love being on live streams. You love everything live stream, all the live streams, everyday live streams. Every day we're hustling. I'm glad you like it. Ashish, I want to invest or own multiple businesses someday. At present, we've just opened a new store, which will need a lot of my time to find its foot. Okay, cool. Let me just find a spot to dig down as we read this. I feel this makes it very hard to be involved in multiple things at once. It's going to risk the investment in the store. What do you think about having your time divided in multiple businesses? I see people running multiple businesses at once. How do people do it? Well, I mean, the way to do it is you have different things on different days. I think at the beginning, it's really hard if it's you doing everything. You have to start thinking team and interest. You'll be a lot more productive if you do one, right? If you focus on one, make it amazing, you'll be a lot more productive. You'll probably be a lot more effective too. The reason to do multiple is that you just can't do one. It's like it drives you nuts to just do one. So you're going to do something else. But to make those work, it's easier than when you have a team, somebody to help you do different things, right? Like why can I have a Minecraft stream and also make my videos and do an NFT project and invest in people like Drew? Well, because I have a team, right? Like, if it was still just me doing everything, I wouldn't have the time to invest in Drew. Like, we wouldn't have this business together. I would just be solo trying to keep up with doing all my videos. And I definitely wouldn't be doing this stream. So, team. And when I'm starting a project, I like doing as much as I can myself just to learn and see what is needed and understand the industry a bit. And then quickly figure out, okay, what needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done, and how much of that do I want to do? Like, of what has to be done, what do I actually want to do? And it's usually a very little piece that I want to do. So I need somebody to help me do the rest of it. And either you built it up to the point where it's profitable and you can hire people to do it, or you partner with somebody to help you do it, or you drop it. There's been lots of things that I couldn't get to the point fast enough to monetize it. And then I lost interest in doing it. And so I just stopped it. I've abandoned tons of projects. Kuba says, yes, this comment was about my name. Okay. So his name is like Jacob. Wow. That's awesome. I would never have guessed a Kuba is anywhere close to Jacob. Jacob, I guess the K? Cub, Jacob, Kuba. I like it. Listen, I learn something new every day. Kuba says, can you give me advice how to tie up the relationship between me and the people I create videos about? Can you give me advice how to tie up the relationship between me and the people I create videos about? Like, how do you get them to know you? Okay, so if you're making a video on someone and you want them to know you, if that's the question, then the easiest way is figure out where they're most active on social. I'm not as familiar with Polish social media, what's most popular in Poland right now. But if you're looking at Twitter or Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook or, maybe there's some other app in Poland that I don't know, where are they most active? And then when you, not just active in posting content, but ideally responding to comments. So if they post somewhere, where are they actually engaging the most? And different people have different preferences. Like Gary Vee, it's Twitter. You want to get a hold of Gary Vee, Twitter is going to be your best point. He's making content everywhere, but he's actually responding on Twitter, right? Where somebody else, maybe it's LinkedIn or Instagram or somewhere else. So look at their social accounts and see where they actually responding to the comments instead of just posting content, and then message them there. Send them a direct message if you can. Post a link and tag them, right? There's different ways to do it on different platforms. Like if you're doing Twitter, you do a direct message and you tag them, like at whoever I made this video on you, right? If it's Instagram, you can do a post and tag them and send them a DM, right? You're probably going to get more results with a DM than anything else. So depending on the platform, you let them know. And most of the time, they're probably going to ignore you. It's not that you're a bad person or they hate you. They're just super busy and they haven't seen it. And every now and then you'll luck out and you'll get somebody to see it.
It's like you're starting to get outside of your range.
Yeah, when I'm at the bottom, I am at the outside of the range. But it's not enough to build a full second conduit yet. Although I probably actually will need to at the bottom. Because I need to build all of the stuff down there.
All of the stuff?
Yeah, like I got to build the magma blocks and the rail and the collection system.
Oh, gotcha.
That's going to be at the very
you're
bottom.
Going to have them die via the magma blocks?
Yeah.
Huh.
Suck them down to the bottom, fry them on the magma blocks, and then bubble.
Can they drop like the tridents and that kind of stuff? If even if you're not hitting them with like any type of like fortune.
I don't care about tridents. This is squid and salmon.
Oh,
but yeah, they can drop They can drop the nautilus shells, and they can drop. They can still drop tridents. They won't drop the copper or gold. Jesus, oh, stupid gold. I don't know how that happened. I built my entire outside of my drowned farm out of copper to show that this was a copper farm. Not that I even needed it to be a copper farm. And I flew around everywhere to find copper, and then they dropped gold.
I mean, you should have asked me. I literally have a entire box of copper blocks.
That's okay. It's fun. If it really saves time, like I bought some of your prismarine. I didn't want to go and fight at the ocean monument or set up a farm. It's hard to mine without a farm too, because then you get mining fatigue and it's annoying to go in and out and wait 5 minutes in between. Or bring. I guess I could have brought milk with me and done it, but whatever.
Or just fly a cow over there.
Fly a cow? Oh, to milk it? Like, what does flying a cow do? It's hilarious. Kuba says, thanks. No problem. You got it. Keep us posted with your progress. It's really, you're at an interesting point, man. You know, the first 100K, you know, it's definitely a grind to go off and get. But then you start building up momentum, building traction, building audience, building your systems, you know. So you're on your way, man. You're on your way. I forget what you said, 22 or 26. That's definitely a great start. You've done most of the hard part. Now you just have to stay consistent and up the content quantity, and you'll see. Like if you got to, I don't know how long it took you to get to your 20,000 something. I think you said 2 years. But if you were making what year it's now, yeah, if you were making 3 videos a week, you'd probably get to 100K sometime next year. If you can maintain the same quality and just triple the output, you'd probably be at 100K next year. Ashish says, what is your meditation? Question, what is your meditation? Most of my meditation is walking meditation or moving, some kind of moving meditation. I don't do particularly well just sitting down or lying down and trying to meditate. Maybe that's too forced. Like I feel like it's a forced meditation. I'm best when I'm moving. So I don't know. Maybe my mind moves too quickly. Maybe I just get better ideas when I'm moving around. Even now, I'm standing up like I'm on a trampoline. I get better ideas, and I'm more in the flow when I'm moving as opposed to just being stationary. So I'll go for a walk every morning, and I look at my kind of intention for the day and what's on my calendar, and that I treat that as it's a walking meditation. You know, like what do I want today to look like? How do I want today to go? And then whatever ideas flow to me. So today I ended up thinking about some people on my team. I was thinking about my yoga instructor. I was thinking about movement makers and like some things that may seem very minor, right? So movement makers, for example, we send an email out of old trainings. Like, hey, did you catch this training from Evan where we talked about how to improve your YouTube thumbnail click-through rate, right? Because a lot of people miss some of the older content. And the idea that came to me was, are we sending out the link to the direct training, or are we sending out the link to all the training together? And if it's all the training together, we should change that link to the direct link, right? I don't know why I was thinking about that. Why am I thinking about that? I don't know. It's not even on my list of things to do today, right? Today is team day, but because that idea came to me, I emailed myself, and Wednesday's my project day. I'll look at it and ask Yelena on my team, like, hey, what are we doing for the old trainings? Right? So I get a lot of ideas that way. And some of them are, business related. Some of them are personal related. But I find that really helpful to kind of get creativity going. And it's just I get better energy and better ideas when I'm moving. So walking, having a shower. How did I come up with I forget how I came up with the idea to work with Drew. I remember Bo was because I was driving. I was walking for a couple hours and a nearby city, and on the drive home.
Wasn't it because of the weekend?
I know it was because of it, like that weekend that we spent working on Zan's website. But I still had to put in the work to figure out the model. Like that was always the biggest thing. Like because you already had a business, what's the model going to be that makes sense? And I just never put in the work to figure out the model. So I had to do that. I spent some thinking time, but I don't remember if I was walking or how that came to me. Anyway, so it's something to try. If you find that I've done the typical seated meditation with some of the world's greatest meditation teachers. I just find that a moving one does better things for me. So if you find yourself struggling with regular meditation, maybe give it a shot and see how it goes for you. Love to know your feedback. James Little says, should I have the outline for my first speech? You don't need the outline, James. What you need to do is have a value prop. Like, I'm going to help your organization learn how to, right? So Drew's going to go talk to these speakers and teach them how they can use YouTube to grow their business. Right? Like, why are they there? They're part of they're part of this association to learn how to grow their speaking careers. Right? So they're going to bring on experts who can help them grow their business. That's what they're all there for. So Drew's going to come in and tell them how to use YouTube to grow their speaking business. That's the only outline that he needs from a positioning perspective, right? What the actual content is, we just developed the outline today. James, this happened in real time today. How did this even happen, Drew? He's like a friend or something. How did you even get this opportunity?
Oh yeah. So a friend of mine who is like on the board of that association, in their planning meeting. When did they invite me? It was like end of December.
Okay.
Is when he like pitched the idea of like, hey, I want you to come and speak to us because you're good at YouTube and we need fresh blood.
Cool. Okay. So, it's first week of February now. So middle of December, at some point, a friend of a friend wants Drew to come in and speak about YouTube. Great. Drew then creates an outline of the 3 things that he wants to talk about, 3 big ideas, similar to kind of what we do in Movement Makers presentations. And then today we talked about it and we revamped it. Like, okay, those are not the 3 things I would talk about. I talk about these 3 things. Now, at the end of the day, it's Drew's presentation. He can say, hey, Evan, no, I don't like your ideas. You suck. And I'm going to do mine. Perfect. Whatever. That's your speech, dude. But, it ended up hopefully being a better outline. But we came up with the outline today, and his speech is next week or this Saturday. Right? So you don't need to nobody cares about the outline. They're not asking him for his outline before he goes up. They actually would prefer not to see the outline. Like, you're just creating more work for them. All they would need to know is, are there any requirements that you have? Like, do you need us to turn off the lights at some point? Do you have a PowerPoint file that you need us to load? Just they're more worried about their own logistics and can you bring value, right? More than the content. Nobody cares about the content as long as it fulfills the objective. So no, you don't need their outline. And when you get a gig, then you work on the outline. And here's the thing. I always end up changing. Like, the outline that Drew and I came up with today is not my usual outline. It's close, but we tweaked one of the points to focus more on speakers, or what I would normally go in and do. So yeah, go get the speaking gig and you pitch them the idea of what you're going to talk about and the value they're going to get. And then once you get a yes, then you go and you work on your outline depending on who you're talking to. Like, the worst thing you can do as a speaker is just go in with a set speech every single time. You always want to customize it to who's in the audience. Where's that guy going? The number of drowns spawning here is not ideal. Not ideal. I'm very fortunate.
Isn't that the whole point of the farm?
No, I don't need drowns. I don't care about drowns.
Oh. Okay.
It's squid and salmon. I already have a drown farm.
Then add light.
Yeah, it's true.
There's a way to fix this.
But there is light. There's conduit. Oh, I guess they're spawning below the conduit. That's probably what's happening.
Are they?
Yeah. Because see, there's light, but now the conduit power expired.
The conduit is like an effect that is on you physically that gives you vision.
Oh, really? It doesn't actually.
I don't think it's actually producing light.
Let me actually look. F3. Light is here. So here it's 0. Okay, so above here it gives some light. It gives actually significant. Oh, because the conduit's right here. Okay, well, so it gives a little bit of light, but not much.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right, Drew. It's not giving me much light.
Of course I'm right.
Well, I like the swagger. We'll leave it at that. We need more. We need more Drew swagger. I like it. All right, look at this. This is looking beautiful. Mala says, for the past year, I'm going nowhere. Got stuck in a loop. Okay. I know what to do and how to do certain things that help me be on the move, but could not be able to put efforts. So you know what you want, you know what you need to do, but you're not putting in the effort to do it. That's how I'm going to interpret that question. Anything else from Mala? Feels like something is stopping me. How to overcome the situation. Okay, so it is. So when you are procrastinating, when something is stopping you, there's two reasons. There are two reasons, and I've talked about this a lot. There's two reasons. One is you're afraid, and the second is you don't want to do it. It's like, you know what you have to do is like, I just don't want to do it. Or you know what you have to do and you're afraid to do it. Those are the two reasons why you're not following through. And it's really important to understand which one it is because your action is different depending on which reason. So if you genuinely do not want to do it, then you shouldn't, and you should find another way to win because you're never going to win doing work that you hate. But if you do want to do it and you're just afraid, then you have to teach yourself to go off and do it. That fear is not a good enough reason, not anymore, not for you, not today. You have to jump into the things that make you afraid. Otherwise, you never get the life that you want. So, Mala, you know what you want to do. That's great. That's already more awareness than most people. You know what you have to do. Awesome. Also great. More awareness than most people. Now, do you just not want to do those things, or are you afraid to do those things? And in answering that question, you get the answer to what you need to go and do next. This is epic. I'm so happy with this. I've never built a...
Oh, one's got a trident.
No. Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, he has no trident.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, yeah. Oh, John Head. Come. Oh, yeah, there's a trident down there. Whoa, he's been shooting at me the whole time. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I tell you.
All right, I'm going to abandon that head down there. Not worth. I'm calling not worth on the head. Not worth on the head to get shot by trident. Although I guess when you're going that quickly, their aim kind of sucks, right? I find that they're not good at up and down. They're good at side to side, but they're not good at up and down aiming.
So,
which is what I'm doing. I'm going up and down.
First off, you're in your base.
Mm-hmm.
You have not only the power of the conduit thing, but you also have regeneration. Yeah.
Kind of. Not this far out.
Oh.
Yeah, the regen. Yeah, I see it's expiring, so I don't. If I go closer, I will, but it's not this far out, unfortunately. Oh, there's just a guy with no trident. Okay. Now I'm a little scared. Okay, but you know what? We do things that make us scared. Let's go. Let's demo it. Yeah, there's a trident right down there. Oof. Okay, let's get to another question we did. Orlanga said, hey, welcome aboard, Orlanga said. Any advice on how to stop procrastinating? Oh, my last answer. That was all about it. We did 2 for 1 right there. Hopefully you heard it. If not, there's a rewind to go back and watch that. Hopefully that helps. Kuba says 20 years old. Okay. Wow, did I ask Kuba how old he was?
I mean, clearly he answered.
All right. 20 years old. I like it. Charming Fox in the house. Hey, welcome back. Been a while. My boss yelled at me today because I work too slowly, but I can't think of anything I could improve on. What should I do? Ask for help. You know, I think if somebody's yelling at you, a big part of it is they feel like you're not putting in the effort. Like you should have known better and you didn't do it right. And so they're angry. What you want to do is remove the fact. Let's say the part and the fact became fart. The fact that you want to remove the fact that you're not trying. You don't want your boss to think that you're not trying and that you're lazy. You just don't know yet, and that you're willing to work hard to figure it out. So ask for help. Like, what should I have done? If you go and say, hey, I really want this to work. I love this job. I want to make it work. I'm working extra to make this happen. What did I do wrong? And the next time it happens, what do you want me to do? And as long as you're willing to learn from your mistakes, then your boss should be a lot happier. And if it's not, then you might be with the wrong boss. But in general, it's more that it's a perceived lack of effort. Like, why are they yelling? Because they feel like you should have known better and that you're not putting in the work. So go put in the work. I wasn't putting in much effort. Okay, well, then that's why he's yelling at you. Right? So you apologize for not putting in the effort and say you want to do better. And listen, that's good awareness from you. Like, a lot of people would say, no, I was putting in the effort, where realize, really you weren't. So you weren't putting in the effort. And so that's why, listen, if you were training somebody and they were not putting in the effort, how happy would you be? Doesn't mean you would yell at them, but how happy would you be if you're working with somebody and they're not putting in the effort after you've trained them, right? You're probably not going to be super happy. So it's understandable. Should your boss have yelled? Maybe not. Could your boss have handled it a different way? Probably. Whoa. Oh, there's the head. Come. There we go. Yes, got it. Go. But now you understand. So effort is almost always the cure-all. Like, effort will solve 90% of the problems. So good luck, Charming Fox. And I know this job means a lot to you, considering the other ones you've had and everything you've been through. So put in the effort. Make it count. Guys, 8 o'clock. Appreciate the love. Back on tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Let's go. Continue to believe. I'm going to see you then. Take care.